to clear the scene. All right, on this Sunday night, let's get you outside to a live look at the busiest airport in the world, right here, Hartsfield-Jackson International. Fox 5 Storm Team meteorologist Jonathan Stacey joins us. All right, of course, we had some rain overnight and this morning, but it cleared out around 1, 2 o'clock. Absolutely gorgeous outside.
The day improved, Eric, by leaps and bounds. We started out with some winds and heavy rain overnight, taking you into your Sunday morning, but I told you that sunshine would come, and it certainly popped out on our Sunday afternoon. Here's a look at Fox 5 Live Hyper Radar, and you can see areas with the green shading here did receive a little bit over a half-inch of rainfall, especially following the I-85 corridor on either side of the Atlanta metro area, but most communities wound up with less than a trace of rain as the cold
Wrapping up as the 80s band Guns N' Roses closes out the annual festival at Piedmont Park. You may remember the festival was canceled last year. Event organizers say they were concerned about Georgia's gun laws, which allow firearms in public places. But this year, 30 artists took to the stage during the 3-day event, including Lil Baby, Incubus, and Billie Eilish. APD is warning drivers tonight you can expect delays in the area. Will finally bring some closure and provide answers to her family and friends. Is that to start around 10:30 inside the Cobb County Courthouse? Well, there's no end in sight to the ongoing auto worker strike. Now it's in its third day.
$1 billion in the last 6 months alone, and our workers' wages and conditions have went backwards.
A prolonged strike could cost the U.S. economy billions of dollars. The White House has already assigned 2 administration officials to help with the negotiations. All right, still ahead, a Grammy Award-winning producer held a unique event this afternoon to help prevent Metro Atlanta students from being involved in gangs and crime.
Did you know that?
According to APD, first responders were called to the Nirvana at Glen Rose Apartments, that's located on Mount Zion Road. Investigators believe the 17-year-old was shot at a separate location, then ran towards that apartment complex afterwards. So far, police have not identified a motive behind the shooting or a suspect. Let's take you to Warner Robins tonight, where a 19-year-old was found guilty on 3 counts of aggravated assault after prosecutors say he tried to recruit a group of minors to join him in a robbery. But after they refused, they say Eric Hardy Jr. and another individual turned the guns on the minors and started shooting. Hardy was shot in the face as a result. He faces 40 years behind bars. The first 16 will be served in prison. The remaining 24 will be served on probation. Family and friends of a 1-year-old who accidentally shot himself with his father's loaded gun came together to celebrate the child's life today with a balloon release. This precious angel here would have been 2 years old today. News Edge reporter Eric Mock talked to Royal Clark's mother and grandmother about the tragedy.
Well, the family of Royal Clark is obviously still reeling from this tragedy. They tell me he was an energetic, fun-loving little boy, and Sunday at their apartment complex, they wanted to give him a proper celebration for his 2nd birthday.
Royal is love. He's the meaning of love. Very energetic, very loving, and just wow.
Sunday, dozens of family members and friends surrounded Brittany Brown with love.
I love all y'all. Love you. We love you too. We love you, Greg.
Love that she desperately needs after losing her 1-year-old son, Royal Clark, almost 2 weeks ago to an accidental shooting.
Today is really a rough day. Today is his birthday. He would have been 2. It's hard and it's rough, but I miss Rowan. I feel so empty. My heart aches. It does.
To celebrate his birthday Sunday, family and friends sang to him before releasing balloons in his memory. Cobb County Police say on September 5th, Royal found a gun and accidentally shot himself in the head at their apartment. Investigators say the gun belonged to his father, Conrad Clark. They arrested Clark and charged him with involuntary manslaughter, reckless conduct, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Brown says she holds no ill will against him, though, and considers it a terrible mistake.
Conrad loved his son to life. There was nothing he wouldn't do for Royal. Literally, this is a really tough situation for us. It was a huge mistake, and a mistake you can't come back from.
Royal's grandmother, Bridget Brown, says she hopes this is a lesson to other gun owners to never leave a gun where a child can get it.
Lock it up, secure it. Don't underestimate. I'm telling you, this is a pain you don't want to endure.
We love you, Royal.
and Conrad Clark is currently being held at the Cobb County Jail without bond. Reporting from Cobb County, Eric Mock.
Grace period for drivers going over the speed limit in almost a dozen APS school zones. The fine for speeders is upwards of $125. Metro Atlanta drivers can expect a ticket in the mail if newly installed speed cameras go over 25 miles per hour in some Atlanta public school zones.
We have 10 APS schools that will have the school zones that are going live on Monday.
Atlanta Public Schools Police Chief Ronald Applin tells Fox 5 after a month-long grace period, the school zone speed safety program will start issuing real citations.
Drivers were getting warning citations in the mail, but starting the 18th, those citations will be real citations.
The fine for a first offense is $75, and the fine for any offense after that is $125. APS officials say the goal is to make school zones a safer place for kids and other school staff.
If a person's driving slower, they can stop a lot faster. If they happen to strike someone, it's less likely to impact that person as much if they're driving at a lower speed.
Applin says he's seen firsthand how a car's speed in a school zone could be the difference between life and death.
Unfortunately, on 2 occasions since I've been here, I've known kids to get hit and killed by vehicles in the city of Atlanta.
He tells Fox 5 hearing reports of a crossing guard hit by a driver in the city of Decatur last week only further highlighted the need for speed camera enforcement.
The first thing I thought about was our crossing guards.
The APS police chief says he wants speeders driving through school zones to slow down.
Voluntarily slow down so that our kids are safer in these school zones.
And to know if they don't, they will face the consequences. You can find a full list of the schools where that safety program will kick off Monday by clicking on this story inside the Fox 5 Atlanta News app. In Atlanta, Joy Dukes, Fox 5 News.